Good morning, legends. In today's video we're going to be picking up 500 bottles and cans. As you guys can probably see, we're wearing the Real Fresh gear that Clean Up Australia sent me. So I just want to say again, thank you so much guys. I love the gear. I got the gloves in the car and the bags to match, so let's go. Alrighty legends, we've come down to the dump this morning. As you guys can see, there are a fair few bottles around. Unfortunately, they always light fires here and burn off the rubbish, so there would have been heaps, but we've lost them all to the fire. But I'll pick up all the bottles surrounding. We'll go for a little walk too, up the fence, on the other side of the fence. A few spots over there. I'll be keen to see how much we can fit in these Clean Up Australia bags. We got the gloves on. Let's go. I got a comment saying, you know, why don't you just do a 20-30 minute video of you just, you know, talking and picking up bottles. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna do about I'm not gonna do a 30-minute video, but I'll probably do like a 15-minute video of just, yeah, minimal cuts and me just talking about life in the outback, giving you a little bit more insight into my life. But yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, so the time of me starting this video, it is officially 7:44 AM. So we're up quite early this morning, and I've got till 12 o'clock because that's when I got work. I recently started a second job down at the local pool, so that's been pretty good. Just picking up a few extra hours here and there and during the week. And at the moment I just sort of help out, but early December, so early next month, they're doing a lifeguard course, so I'll be able to jump in on that and the company will pay for it. So yeah, I'll be a qualified lifeguard soon enough, so that's really exciting. Bro, this is nasty, bro. There's literally a half a Coke in there. But yeah, so I got work at 12. I'm gonna work from 12 to 6, and then if it's still light, you know, because we're going into summertime, we got light till about 7:30. I might just keep the trailer hooked up and go for a little pick until it gets dark. So we might combine this current video with some later footage. I don't know though. We'll sort of see how we go. But yeah, things have been going all right. You know, I'm slowly getting used to being sort of out here by myself. As you guys would all know, I initially came out here with a girl, and yeah, she didn't really like it, so she left. We decided it was the best thing for both of us, and yeah, it's been about 2 weeks now, but it's been good. Like, I've been taking out my motorbikes almost every second day, which is great. Like, I haven't ridden my one in like 6 months, you know, prior to the video that came out probably last week that you guys will be seeing. So yeah, life is pretty good, you know. I've been looking after a mate's dog as well at the minute while he's on holiday, so Minnie's got some friends, or a friend, to play with constantly. So yeah, it's nice for both of us, you know. Heaps of crushed cans. Speaking of crushed cans, you know, one day I was actually in Bunnings, and I don't know how, but I stumbled across this can crusher, and I was thinking, oh, you know, that could actually be alright. But I think it was like $15 for a metal can crusher, and it's like, man, I could literally just line all the cans up and squash them with my feet. So yeah, I definitely wasn't gonna buy a $15 can crusher. Damn, bro, this thing is full. Yeah, I actually haven't been counting, so what I'll do is when I go to sort the bottles, I'll count them then, and it will be like a rough count. Like we'll see how many bottles will fit roughly in a bag, and then we'll just do them by bags. Ew, man. This one is like, again, like half a Coke though. Still have the carbonation in it, mate. But yeah, all this sort of rubbish will be inevitably sort of scooped up with a big machine and chucked and pushed into that pile. So yeah, if you may see it all sort of like this right now, it doesn't look like this too often. We did come out on a Sunday morning, so obviously the boys aren't working at the council, but by Monday they would have cleaned all this up anyway. So this is not how it looks. Normally it looks a lot nicer than this. Oh, look at this. We got a proof of ID card. I knew exactly what it was when I saw it because, yeah, I do a lot of recruiting here in the community for the job I work for, my main job. So I do a lot of hiring, and I deal with those sort of cards a lot. First bag full. What do you reckon? How much do you reckon is in this? Do a sort now. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna quickly count this. Alright, so we fit 60 bottles and cans in that bag. Hello, buddy. Hello. Hello. Out in the dump sometimes you get a bunch of wild dogs. Sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they're not. I mean, these ones don't seem too nasty. They're probably just hungry, the poor doggies, and I got no food for you either. But yeah, so we got about 60. So based off that, we'll do pretty much 10 bags. 10 bags, and then yeah, we'll call it there for the first part of the video. Like I said, I might continue on later, but if not, we'll just sort of end it there. But yeah, so you know what? Let's talk about my take on remote communities. Remote indigenous communities. So if you guys don't know, I'm originally from Perth in Western Australia, and yeah, I moved to the Northern Territory just over 12 months ago now. And it's definitely been a journey, it's definitely been an experience, but overall a very positive one. Like, I will say, before coming out here, like, there was and is a lot of negative, like, media publicity about remote communities and, you know, what happens in them, how you're treated and this and that. Also though, you know, I haven't been to many. Like, I've been to Yuendamu, I've been to Nyurupi, I've been to Tea Tree. So I've been to 3 different communities, and those 3, they're in the same region, as in like Central Desert region. They do speak different languages over in Tea Tree, but yeah, very similar style of people. And there's not too many, I guess, problems, if that's what you want to call them, over here. In saying that though, I've heard, you know, some stories of other places, different communities, and there are definitely ones that I will stay away from if I do continue to travel around and sort of work remote, which I definitely will. But I mean, yeah, overall, my take on like someone like Yuendamu, well, I love it out here. I've been here for about, yeah, literally just over 12 months now, just over a year. And it's been great. The people here are very friendly, they're very welcoming. As long as you come here for the right reasons, I think you'll do okay. It obviously helps that I work with the kids, so I am a youth worker, sport and recreational youth worker to be exact. So I run like sporting programs for kids 5 days a week, and our main goal is to just keep them out of trouble, keep them busy, and keep them engaged in healthy activities. So obviously that gives me quite a little leverage in community, because generally the age group who are doing the bad thing are the teenagers, you know. And by me working with them, I'm less likely to be targeted. Of course, at the end of the day, if they still want to break in, they will. Like, I did have a break-in, so I was here for, I would say, about 4 months, so pretty early on. And I've got 2 motorbikes, and what happened was they were sitting in the back cage area of my house. I'd left my cage door open so Minya could roam, you know, from the back patio out to the grass. And I had also accidentally left my sliding door unlocked, so they cut a big hole through my fence, and I had a fence just like this, so just flimsy wire. They cut a big hole, went through. My bikes were chained together, but they grabbed the bikes, they pushed them through the hole in the fence. They've gone inside my actual house. They took my PS5 and they went into my room because I found my ex's handbag in the backyard. And yeah, while they broke in, I was running the program as well for kids. My ex at the time, she was on holiday, so there was no one at the house. It was just Minya. And yeah, I get back, it was probably about 9 o'clock at night, and my neighbors run over and they say, "Oh, Michael, you know, something's wrong. People broke into your house, like we saw them." And it's like, oh man, it was the biggest kick to the guts. And you know what? I'll be completely honest. At that point in time, like, I thought, and this is not me trying to be like racist or nothing like that, but I felt like, you know, I felt alone. I felt like I was just your typical white fella in a fully indigenous community. Like, the locals, they're not going to care about me. They don't even really know me at this stage. Like, they're just gonna, yeah, they're not going to help me at all. But boy, was I wrong. Like, my neighbors at the time, they're full locals, and they helped me. They told me who the people were. Like, I have built quite strong connections with the other sort of cardio workers, or the other, you know, service providers, the white outsiders. And so I called a few of them, a few of my friends, and they helped me out. They came and comforted me. Like, the sense of community that I felt was so strong. I think it was one of the main reasons why I continued to stay. Like, don't get me wrong, when I first got back and my house was broken into, like, I wanted to just, yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do. My head was all over the place. I just wanted to go home. Like, I was sick of it. But you know what? Because of how the community reacted, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, like, yeah, it was absolutely amazing. And it's one of the key reasons why I love this place. Like, there's one local fella here, and he was great. Like, he was driving around in his ute all night trying to find my dirt bikes. He was driving around all next day trying to find my PlayStation 5. Like, luckily that night the coppers came around and they did get the dirt bikes back, so I got those back same night. But you know, that local fella and the coppers, they were still looking for the PS5. And so it was like a week later, I was starting to get sort of annoyed. You know, I got my bikes back, but the PS5 at the time, like, it was my pastime. You know, I wasn't riding the bikes much. I was really grinding Assassin's Creed Shadows, actually. That's the game I was literally playing at the time, and I was really into that. Like, and yeah, to have that sort of taken away from me, it was really, really frustrating. So I went to a local's house, one that used to work for me, and I told him the situation. And like, these people, they're lovely people. They've always said to me, "Oh, Michael, if you have any problems, come down and talk to us and we can try help you." And so yeah, I talked to them, told them what happened, told them which kids, because I knew the kids. And before I knew it, I was introduced to one of the kids' uncles, and he said, you know, come down to the house with me, we'll go check it out and we'll go see if he has it. And I kid you not, as soon as I rock up to this house with this uncle, the boy's in the front yard, like fixing the trailer with his grandpa, and he looks at me and like, he knows he really messed up. And you know, some local language was spoken, some Warlpiri, and before I know it, the kid was apologizing to me, saying how he was so sorry, he would never do it again, and he was gonna go get it and bring it out. So just like that, I have got my PS5 back, my controllers, my video games, and I was playing Assassin's Creed Shadows later that day. It was actually sort of funny though, because when I got back, I had noticed the kids, they connected to my PS5 with the hotspot. They had created a whole new account, and they were actually trying to download Call of Duty Warzone. So I don't know what these kids thought. I don't know how long they thought they would have had it for, but the fact that, yeah, they've created a new account and they've tried to download a video game was yeah, quite funny. Quite funny. And yeah, I was really, really grateful for that fella. And yeah, I bought him a pouch. Bought him a pouch of tobacco, rolling tobacco, and he was happy. Speaking of my local friends, that's actually them in the car over there. That's sort of interesting. But yeah, so that was the story of when my house got broken into, you know. Literally 2 months later, my fence finally got fixed. Well, it was fixed like a week after, but what they did was they just grabbed some temporary fencing and some wire and just put the temporary fence on both sides over the hole and sort of wired it up. So I mean, it was good, but I wanted like tin sheets to be placed across it, and they did, but it only took, you know, 6 months. Sort of disappointed there, but you know what, it's all right. Ever since then though, I've had no real trouble with break-ins, and my overall experience in the community today is still positive. Like, I'll tell anyone, you know, Yuendamu is a great place. I've heard from people who have been here for, you know, 5-10 years that back in, from 2015 to like 2022, late 23, it was seriously rough. It was, you know, pretty wild westy, but overall, at least nowadays, like it's great. Like, you do still hear the stories of, you know, how the old pool guy, he got murdered in his house. But, you know, it was funny, a local was talking about that yesterday, and apparently, like, you know, he had 2 sons, and the sons were doing inappropriate things with the girls in the community. And I've also heard stories about how that old pool guy, he was pretty much like selling drugs to the community. So I mean, at that rate, like at that point, like, I'm sorry, but you're a serious piece of work, and I think you deserve what you got coming. If you want to come as an outsider to a beautiful place like this and then plague it with drugs and problems, like, just why even come out here in the first place, you know? Because that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Yeah, overall, you know what, like, yeah, remote communities, I love them. I love Yuendamu. I'll never ever forget it. The kids here, some of them can be hard sometimes, but overall they're just kids. And that's one thing that I learned fairly quickly is, no matter black, white, yellow, blue, like, you're just a kid. If you're a kid, you're a kid. All kids like the same stuff. All kids will do the same stuff. Like, yeah. But you know what, like, remote communities, they're definitely not for everyone. Like, my ex, she sort of left because she was slightly younger than me. She still enjoyed the party scene and to go out and to have options in terms of, like, you know, doing nice things. Whereas with me, I don't know, in some aspects I sort of grew up, you know, fairly quickly and matured quite a lot. So I don't really care to go out and to drink and to have fun. Like, I guess in a way I was one of those kids who did everything sort of early, and I've experienced quite a lot of things to some extremes. So yeah, there's just no wow factor, or no, like, oh, let's go do this, like, I've already done it, sort of thing. So if you're looking for a change of pace and you're not afraid of bugs, come out. There we go, there's 2 bags. I might go back into that area because there's quite a lot over there. But yeah, remote communities, like, they're great places. I reckon I'm gonna spend the next 5 to 10 years out here, and I'm 22 right now, so yeah. And even then, like, I don't know, after I've experienced this, I feel like I couldn't really live in a city. Like, sure, I'm a city boy, I grew up there, but yeah, I guess growing up in Perth, I was quite lucky because it's not like a big urban jungle, big concrete, yeah, building blocks everywhere. It's still quite small, comparable to, like, you know, Sydney, Gold Coast, Melbourne. But yeah, I just don't think I could go back. Like, I'm sort of looking at potentially moving up to Darwin, maybe buying a house up there because I love the weather, I love the humidity. And for any of the Aussies watching, you know, a flight to Bali from Darwin, mate, it's an hour and a half and it's like $100. So I'll be going there once a month, mate, and it'd be easy, you know. From Perth it's still quite cheap, but from Darwin it's even cheaper. So yeah, I do want to venture up into the top end, and when I mean top end, like top end of the top part of Northern Territory. So you got like the Arnhem Lands up there, you got the islands. So yeah, if I do ever, not if I do ever, because I will, but once I start moving up there, you know, I'll be taking along you guys with me for the journey. Like, this YouTube channel, I haven't started it just to stop it, you know, in a year, or you know, if I don't hit X amount of subs, like, I'm gonna quit. Like, I don't really care. Well, of course I care, I'd be lying if I didn't, but I care less about the numbers. And I care more about you, the people who are actually watching this right now. And I know people will watch this, and I know people will enjoy this. And I think I've got a pretty cool story to tell. I've got some pretty interesting insight for, you know, a 22-year-old. So even for the younger fellas out there who are, you know, potentially watching this, if you just want to change, like, man, I was working 5 days a week doing plastering, rendering, getting nowhere in my life, you know, going paycheck to paycheck. Like, bro, have a look at doing something remote. So yeah, there's definitely opportunities to change your life. With the rising cost of living, like, it's ridiculous, man. And another thing, like, I took for granted how lucky I am, considering my work provides a house. Because there are a few jobs, you know, that pay a whole lot more than my current job. But once you look into it and you take into consideration the cost of rent, or just the rent is the main one, it's a deal breaker. Like, I'd be making more out here doing this than getting paid a higher salary, a higher yearly salary, and having to pay rent. Plus, you know, if you're in a city, you've got more temptations to go out and spend money. And, you know, even if you're fairly good with that, you start meeting people, and of course then they go out, then you want to go out, and yeah, like out here, man, you can just, you're left to your own, you're left to your own demise, if that's what you call it. I don't really know, but like, you can just do you can be you. You don't have to be forced to hang out with no one. If you want to just sit in your house, bro, after work, you can do that, you know. I know a few people that aren't too, not sociable, but like, they just do their own thing. Like, even I'm one of them, you know. To be honest, I don't really hang out with many people. Like, I work heaps, and if I'm not working, I'm shooting videos like this, and if I'm not shooting videos, I'm probably editing, and it sort of consumes my life, but I'm happy, you know. So that's all that matters. I go around, you know, play some cards with some mates sometimes, and that's all fun and games, but yeah, majority of the time it's just me and Minya, man, and I quite like it. So yeah, this is our third bag. I'll do a quick time check. I've also got a coffee sitting in the car for me. I've got this lovely coconut coffee I bought from Bali, and it's beautiful, you know, no milk, no sugar, just the coffee and the water. And because it's obviously coconut, it goes like creamy. Oh man, it is so good. It is so good. Like, I'm a big fan of coffees. Usually I'm just a long black sort of guy, no milk, no sugar, just like the coffee. But this coconut coffee, man, oh, it hits the spot. So after we do these, might grab a little bit of a drink.